If you like lagging out, give these guys a view. Nerd Realm, only on the Laggin Out Network. Check them out on their very own playlist on our YouTube page today. Revolver Gaming, a clan that succeeds at being strong and unique among the thousands of clans that are mundane and weak. Check out Revolver Gaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/revolver, G and United, or on our YouTube channel. Xbox Boss Players. Boss Players is a multi-platform community run by the one and only Blue Polar. They welcome all gamers on all platforms regardless of their name. Check the group out today on Facebook at Xbox 360 Boss Players Group.
We are starting our third season. We'll be on a network that we go, fuck you. We're back here with the usual gang of idiots. We're going to be doing interviews with gaming professionals.
Drinking and smoking weed, talking about video games.
Pro gamer in her own right. She knows her way around her rig, fellas.
I go from sweet to I'm going to stab the shit out of somebody.
She goes to 0 to bitch in 3.2 seconds.
No.
Quit fucking with me. You're fucking with me.
I'm not a pleasant person the first about 30 minutes of the day.
You're not a very pleasant person the 30 minutes before the show starts.
Our Tri-Bar Awards honestly pushed me out of the community was the community itself. I really got tired of a lot of rude kids. I got tired of seeing Nazi symbols and animal sex and penises everywhere. I really just had it.
Don't lie. You love the penis picture.
You don't get that. There is an element of that in Battlefield, but it's not prevalent. And I think it's because Battlefield, the type of game it is, doesn't necessarily appeal to the adolescent gamer, which is where I think a lot of that crap comes from.
Right. Do you still play it?
I don't experience those kinds of things in Battlefield. So
not much.
That was another reason. Not to mention I do like the game. And don't get me wrong, I like Call of Duty. I'm still really good at the games. I'm waiting to see what comes next. I'm going to skip out on the Advanced Warfare this year, and I'm going to wait and see what comes next, too.
Titanfall came in, they kind of put a twist on the Call of Duty type of first-person shooter type of thing, and then Destiny came in and kind of took away that thunder after their release, and then Advanced Warfare tried to get those Titanfall people. This is my theory, by the way. And people got sick of that because it was like people were playing Titanfall, and that gameplay is exactly what Advanced Warfare is doing. And a lot of the frustration the Call of Duty community is that it's too much like Titanfall. It's too sci-fi. They've gotten away from their roots.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And I've had this conversation with several of the Battlefield people that I've played with, and even Call of Duty and people that play other genres. But with the new systems, and I'm very sad to say this, I don't think we're going to see another good World War II genre game, and perhaps ever again, maybe. I think they're deserving of another round of those kind of games. Let's go back to the World War II genre. Let's go back to Vietnam. Hell, make a Korea game. Make a game about the Korean War. I'm just saying that conventional war,
about the interview.
People still like to play conventional war, and I think that I'm hearing more and more of that. And I hope that there's a developer out there or a publisher that understands that about the gaming community at large.
Probably go back to that after they burn out the whole sci-fi thing. They just got to get it out of their system.
I think they've already burned out the whole sci-fi thing. I don't think the gaming community was quite there yet. Best new game mode.
Okay, best new game mode. Okay.
Zombie killer.
Best new game mode. I'm gonna go Call of Duty.
All right, what game mode?
How about telling us what that game mode is?
Yeah, what's the game mode in Call of Duty?
The Exo Survival. That's
Survival.
For those of our viewing public who don't know what that is,
can you be more descriptive?
Well, it's like a mix between like the traditional survival mode on Call of Duty and I want to say a little bit of chaos too mixed in, where you have to go and upgrade everything, but you also have objectives. One round you'll have to go and get all the dog tags. The next one it might be just killing all the enemies, or they just kind of rotate it like that, so each wave is a little different.
So you're constantly having to adjust your gameplay based on essentially what your objective is for that particular match.
Exactly.
It's not the same
That's
type of
interesting.
objective over and over. That's interesting. It's different. It's
I'm,
different.
I'm, yeah,
Chieftain?
that's pretty. That would keep me stimulated in Advanced Warfare.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind.
that sounds like something I wouldn't mind checking out.
Yeah, it's really fun. I enjoyed playing it. I didn't think that I would, but I've played it quite a few times.
I don't even have one for me, so
For a new game mode, you don't have a new game mode?
I don't. I don't. I just skip me. I don't fucking know. I want to have one, man. I don't know.
All right.
All I've been playing. I play like a bunch of different games. So
Well,
I was playing a lot
I'm
of
shocked that you don't have one, and you'll probably agree with me, but mine would be like doing the raids in Destiny.
Is that really a new game mode though?
I think it's a new game mode feature. I think it's a game mode. Sure, it's absolutely a game mode. It's multiplayer based. It's different. You're fighting against the computer. These immense AI controlled that are really hard to beat. You have to work cohesively as a team. For that
But is
matter,
it new?
it was to me,
They've been doing that for Warcraft for like the last 10 years, right?
but
Am I
not
wrong?
on consoles. But not on consoles.
Not on consoles, but that wasn't the
Yeah.
question. The question was best new game mode, not best new game mode on consoles.
Well,
Right?
but I play Xbox 360, and I've been playing Destiny, and that's a game mode on the
Okay.
console.
Well, it's new to you. It's new to you.
Well, I didn't see that. I would say heists, but GTA lost me since I think they're in there. I don't know. It's been forever since I played the games.
So
Anywho,
which one?
that was
Which
my-
one
so
should we say?
I'm going to go with that. I would pick Destiny, and I would say Raids
Okay.
for me. So
Looks like we outvoted Zombie on that one. You
best
lose.
single player experience, Zombie Killer.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. Nice. So
And
what
that's
makes
Yeah.
because
That whole game was just totally different. I haven't even finished it, but it was just so many different things where I was actually at a point where I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So you're like hacking, following people around, taking them out. But then there was also like this really
it
separate.
integrates with like your Facebook and stuff or something, doesn't it?
You know, I didn't even get into that. I mean, it's just such
It's that deep.
It is. I mean, I haven't even scratched the surface, but there was like a side thing that I did, and it was almost like you were on drugs or something, and you went into this whole little, like you were driving the car, and you had to like hit all these different checkpoints, but it was all like demonic, like hell looking, and you know, and I was just like, what the? Am I still playing the same damn game? But I mean, it was so overwhelming that I didn't finish it. I still have plans to, but I was like, I need to finish the other stuff I've started on before I get into this because it was all over the place. So it wasn't like a just straight shooting, like, you know, you get bored after 5 minutes. It was kind of convoluted.
All right, Chieftain.
Ooh. I'm gonna catch shit for you guys for this, but I liked South Park Stick of Truth. I
I
liked
bet
it.
that was fun.
It was. I'm laughing through the whole thing because it's kind of like it's like playing an episode of South Park. You're fighting a boss. It's the underwear gnomes. You're dodging. You're on your parents' bed and you're dodging your dad's balls as you're trying to kill the underwear gnome. The shit's just so dark and funny. It's just
Did you ever
hilarious.
play any of the previous South Park games for like PlayStation 2 back in the day?
I have not. I have not
Oh,
played.
I did. So it sounds like they kind of it was just like what you're describing, just like, you know, watching an episode, and it was just freaking hilarious.
Well, I'll jump into this conversation because that's actually my single-player pick of the year.
Really?
For a lot of the same reasons. Number one, I believe that game was the first one that was actually written by Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Oh, really?
I don't believe that the previous renditions of any of the South Park games were written by them. That they had a very, very big hand in producing that game, from what I understand. And it's just like you said. It's like playing an episode. It's the game that everybody wanted. If you watch South Park, if you're a fan of the show and you've not played this game, you are really cheating yourself if you have any kind of way to play it. It's hysterical. It's fun. It's funny. It's cute.
It's dark.
It's all of the above. It's, you got to go into it with open eyes, folks. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're not a fan of South Park or you find South Park offensive, you're not going to like this game. But
Right.
the gameplay was simple. I thought it was, the way you played it, the way you got around, it was very deep. There were some things that were somewhat of a grind.
Right.
But for the most part, on a fun factor, the fact that it keeps you laughing, you kind of forget about the grind. It's just a solid AAA game in my opinion all the way around.
Yeah.
So we are actually in agreement.
Zombie Killers actually
on 2 of our awards this year.
Oh, snap. But it froze on you doing this. And that's all I saw for like 5 seconds. I'm like, all right, put your fingers down.
The Laggin' Out podcast is brought to you by Gamer Gloves. Go to thegamergloves.com and enter the coupon code LAGGINOUT and save 15% on your next pair of gamer gloves. Wear what the pros wear. Wear Gamer Gloves. Fierce Gaming Females. They support all gamers on all platforms. Like their Facebook fan page at Fierce Gaming Females or join their group page at Fierce Gaming Females. Hot chicks with sticks.
So, all right. Our game of the year.
Hold on.
Where's our get to the drums? I have the chat window up.
So do I.
Game of the year is Cobra. You're watching Laggin' Out. Subscribe now.
Or die in a fire. You better subscribe.
Step on a Lego.
Done. I'm done here. I'm done.
I saw your shoulder. Nice try.
We have 2 viewers, so.
Exactly.
That's 2 more than we had in the beginning.
Which is 2 more than we had 2 years ago.
That's
and
right.
They're still watching at this point of the show?
Yes, they are. They want to hear what our game of the year is.
I know. It's one of our friends, SCNS Lives, Jason X.
I'm pretty sure it's one of my
He's
Battlefield.
the freaking man.
I think it's
our
Arcade
guy.
Titan, and I'll give him a shout out if it's him. And I'll give a shout out to his clan Lobby Killers. I like playing with you guys. I hate playing against you, but I will. Game of the year, and then we'll plug all of our stuff again and get out of here. We're coming up on an hour. What's our game of the year? Zombie Killer.
For me, Borderlands.
Yeah, take your time on this one.
Borderlands, I'm going to call it because that's my shit.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's
and that's
fun.
because
And it takes, you got plenty of shit to do. And there's sparkles. I love it.
She likes sparkles.
I do.
She's such a girl.
Who would have figured that out?
Sparkly.
Borderlands. I love your hair, by the way. Check out Zombie Killer's hair, though. Isn't it look awesome?
Borderlands is actually a very popular game in the female, for people of the female persuasion. So it's literally like, really the dialogue is what gets you hooked. Is what got you hooked.
Yeah, because...
Fair enough. So it's good writing.
Yeah, well, when my friend would come over, he was playing it, but he had the sound off, and I'm sitting there playing Call of Duty, and I looked over, I'm like, how the hell are you playing that? That looks like it's boring as shit. And then I started playing it, and I could actually hear what they were saying, and I'm like, oh my god, my new favorite game. So.
All right, fair enough. Chieftain, good writing, folks.
Destiny.
Really?
Yeah.
Shocker.
I know. I try to keep it dramatic, man. Try to keep it.
Yeah.
I'm a one game whore.
So
I'll play the hell out of one game until I get sick of it.
So why Destiny?
I like playing PvP.
Okay,
I like playing.
You like the single player? Okay.
I like the time-based stuff. Yeah, it's fun.
I have a hard time with this one because for me, the game of the year category that game should encompass solid single player and multiplayer. I've always felt.
Okay.
Especially when you're giving a game of the year award. In other words, what is the whole package? I had a tough time because I really like South Park. And there is no multiplayer in South Park. South Park is not meant to be a multiplayer game. It was not designed as such. So as a result, it kind of, by default, knocks itself out of this category. Which brings me to, and I have played Titanfall. Good game this year, just not in my top 3. I liked it. But again, Titanfall kind of 86s itself out of that category. Why? Because there was no real single player. Yet a game like Destiny has a bunch of missions that you can or cannot play by yourself. Okay.
It gets try hard all over.
Huh?
We
What's
have a
it?
new. We're giving it a new award just so Titanfall can make it there somewhere.
Finish your thought. Go ahead and finish your thought.
So my point being that it has a nice combination of single player and multiplayer uh, gameplay. And of the games that I played this year that are relatively new off of this list, which is maybe about a third, maybe half of them. Again, Forza Horizon 2 could be in there as well, but I'm going to go with Destiny. It's a decent community. I like the fact that I can do stuff by myself, or I can do it with people, and I can join in with people at will. So, yeah, I will give Destiny my Game of the Year award for our Tri-Bar Game of the Year. So we're in agreement actually on 3 games.
Wow, that's crazy, and that's going to piss off one of our viewers, but we don't care. If you don't like us streaming on it, don't watch us do it!
Well, I'll be streaming. I stream Age of Empires once in a while when I get on there, and I'll be streaming other games when I get an Xbox.
Just so our fans know, when we do stream, we do
You
let
can stream
everybody
straight
know on
from your
Twitter.
Xbox. You do
What's that?
stream straight from your. You can stream straight from your Xbox, correct?
Right. Yeah.
It's going to be an exciting 2015, folks. You are watching Laggin' Out. I'm going to go ahead and bring it home. If you liked our show, do us a favor. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/lagginout. Go give us a like. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/lagginout. Follow us on Twitter at lagginout. Follow us on Instagram at lagginout.show. Don't forget to watch Nerd Realm on the Laggin' Out Network, which is also our Laggin' Out channel on YouTube, as well as Blue Pipe. And do you have anybody that you need to plug?
Giggity.
Goo.
We forgot to. Do you want to do a try hard award for a game, real quick? What's
Yeah,
the try
I think we
hard?
should.
What's the try hard?
What's the
What's the
try-
try hard game of the year? Zombie.
Titanfall.
Titanfall's the try hard game of the year.
Yeah.
What?
And what is the
Yeah.
try hard, though? What does that mean?
Yeah.
They tried really hard, but they fell very short.
Oh.
You know, that's actually a really good category.
It is.
You know, I got to be honest with you. As much as I did like the game, there are some things, and I'll expand more on this when I get my one and have more time to play it. But there are some things I think that they did fall a little short on, perhaps. That I had a lot higher expectations in terms of the success for the game and for my desire to want it. And although I do want it, I don't want it like there are certain games that I want for an Xbox One when I get it. To me, a good game would say, you know, if it was a really knockdown, drag-out game, like, this is the game you gotta, when you get your Xbox One, this is the first game you gotta buy. I never felt that with that game, and I agree with you. That's kind of the try-hard award of the year, perhaps.
Wow.
I would have to.
I like that game.
I would have to. I like it, and it's not to say it's a bad game. It's like she said, it's a game that tried really hard. It did well, but there's still something missing. And that's
Okay.
a good award. It fell a little short. It was good, but it fell a little short.
Okay. Looks like I won't be working for them either.
What do you want me to say? I'm not going to be working for them. I mean, I would if they asked. I would have no problem, and I don't have any answers right now. But it doesn't have like that following, like say that like Destiny does.
Right. Or Call of
It
Duty.
doesn't have that following that say Call of Duty does.
Cool.
Yeah, I played it. It was fun. It was good. You know what I mean? But that's all you hear. So, yeah, that might be an interesting category to add for next year. For me, I can tell you now, the one thing that I think the game lacked was a single-player experience.
Yep.
I would have really,
I agree.
really liked to have had a single-player experience with that entire game and concept.
That's my only problem with that game, actually.
That's me. Now, I don't know if the new Call of Duty has a single-player experience to go with that. Does it? to go with that type of gameplay? Because everybody says they're kind of the
They have
same.
campaign. That's all they
Well,
really
campaign, single player. That's single player.
It's rinse, wash, and repeat with Call of Duty. They have the same stuff every year. It's the campaign. It's the multiplayer. It's like they switch out. They put a new game type in there.
I was
They
disappointed.
recycle maps. They retexture maps halfway through.
Knowing who and what Respawn Entertainment is in terms of the crew, I was really disappointed that there wasn't a single player.
Yeah, I was
sad that there was no story, no backbone to why I'm here, and boy, that's the one thing that group that made those great Call of Duties always had. That story, that campaign mode, that story that they always had was really good.
Right.
And I think that was one of the key successes. And I think Treyarch is kind of the same thing, which is why I think maybe the new Warfighter might have. It's a Treyarch was the developer on that, correct?
I think it was Sledgehammer.
It was Sledgehammer. Okay, I'm looking forward to the next Treyarch Call of Duty for those exact reasons. I've been playing games as a gamer since my very first gaming experience was a 25-cent Atari coin-operated X's and O's trackball football game in 1976.
Wow.
I have been playing games for well over 25 years. Now, granted, maybe I'm not the ideal game tester, but I will say this as a critic, and I'd be happy to work for any company, but I can tell you now that was the number one thing that not only I said lacked in that game, but everybody that I talked to that played that game. And my gamer friends are not Pete Fly-By-Night, been gaming for 2 or 3 years, people. So I agree with Zombie Killer. And for me, yes, that's the Try Hard Award. And where did it fall short? It didn't have the single player. It didn't have that fantastic storyline that all those people that I knew them for. And don't get me wrong, multiplayer kicked ass. But man, I really wanted a storyline. I really wanted a single player campaign experience. Forgive me for doing what our show is intending to do. All right, on that note, folks, you've been watching Laggin' Out. Follow us, like us, subscribe, retweet us, repost our posts for us, help get the name out there. Check us out on the is it ASY?
Ask them out. No, it's ASY.
It's the ASY network on Roku starting this March. We'll have some more information on how you can get Roku and all that happy stuff down the road. Gamer gloves.
Your mom.
That's it.
Okay.
Folks, I've been Funny Guy on behalf of the Chieftain Zombie Killer. And we'll have some really good guests, too, coming up this year. I know that that's a lot of that stuff's in the works. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you.
Laggin.